There was a lack of information provided to the employees, which led to bad performance. Results of such lack of information issues in the decision-making process led to a downfall in financial terms for Hasbro Interactive. Recommendations suggested for improvements are to develop a dialogue culture among colleagues to avoid controversies, conduct meetings and share important notices, and share and promote the ideas and concerns of the employees regularly. Issues of conflict will be discussed here. Ms. Daya was hired by Mr. Baum to control the costs for Hasbro Interactive. She took aggressive decisions to transfer all the paperwork into the new financial system for inventory management. Employees were not happy with her ideas and thought such change shall affect the organization's innovation and creativity. Also, Mr. Dusenberry termed such changes in the organization as a disaster. Such implications can be termed as distributive issues of negotiation, where Ms. Daya and Mr. Tom had desires for the same outcome in direct opposition. It also resulted into interpersonal conflicts and personality clashes, where employees started losing confidence in corporate leadership. To avoid such issues, there are some solutions that can be taken. Number 1, appoint an unbiased mediator to resolve the conflicts. You could also request ideas from both the conflicting parties, keep a record of all the evidence, ask all conflicting parties to comprehend other parties' ideas, and lastly, management must survey the situation to decide whether to stimulate conflict or to resolve it.
In this section, we'll talk about leadership issues. A key issue of Hasbro Interactive was the lack of strong leadership. Many of the senior executives did not follow their role as coordinators. Coordinators should recognize abilities in their employees and delegate tasks to the right person accordingly. Mr. Dusenberry was too preoccupied. He ineffectively monitored the financials, rather than delegating the task to someone else early. Leaders of an organization should also set a clear and comprehensive business strategy from the get-go for the employees and themselves to work by. Mr. Dusenberry, however, managed Hasbro Interactive without a clear strategy. Mr. Dusenberry acted in the spirit of let's work things out, making decisions mostly through intuition rather than rational decision-making processes in which information is thoroughly interpreted and evaluated before a decision is reached. As a result, decisions of the highest utility to the company were not chosen. Short-term, it is recommended that detailed company goals are set and agreed not only by Hasbro Interactive, but also Hasbro to ensure alignment of goals. Long-term, regular meetings should occur to monitor and evaluate the progress of these goals. Coordinators should also take more time to construct role boundaries to ensure all tasks being effectively dealt with. Lastly, we will address confidence issues. Many of the employees and shareholders lost confidence in Hasbro Interactive. When Ms. Daya was employed, she was not welcomed and her actions were believed to be dampening innovation and creativity. The employees perceived her ideas as negative and were unwilling to accommodate for new information. Many of the employees held an anchoring bias, with a tendency to fixate on initial familiar information and reject new unfamiliar information. Furthermore, the groupthink nature was to promote creativity. Thus, employees resisted deviating from the apparent group consensus and lost confidence in new corporate leadership when the values were in conflict with the existing business values. Likewise, the senior executives lost confidence in themselves. Mr. Dusenberry made inquiries about other jobs after losing confidence in his career at Hasbro. Mr. Hasenfeld lacked confidence in Mr. Baum, stating that Mr. Baum's heart was never in the business. This lack of confidence in each other can have negative effects on an employee's motivation and productivity. When groups form, individuals often behave differently, sometimes diffusing the responsibility to others, feeling less accountable for their own actions. Lack of confidence towards your fellow employees can cause loss of productivity, not only to the individuals involved, but also to employees that look up to them as leaders. We recommend regular business reports distributed between employees to demonstrate results and motivate. Additionally, 360-degree feedback in the organisation, allowing employees to express their opinion on decisions made by executives, and for performance evaluation to occur throughout the organisation, holding individuals accountable.
Created using Powtoon.